Durham School's salary saga has a short-term solution. However, that may not mean the end of the protests we have seen. Many of the classified staff impacted by this issue are disappointed with the school board's decision last night. WRL's Monica Casey shows us what's next.
After hours of discussion, in a 5-2 vote, the Durham School Board voted to give classified staff an 11% raise. For many of those employees, that percentage is actually a pay cut from what they've been making the past few months.
Just concerned about who's going to leave next.
Staff retention and morale, lingering questions for DPS after an unpopular vote at last night's meeting. Physical therapist Heidi Jo Hetland is anxious for herself and her classified staff coworkers.
It's gotten so expensive here, and we just need to take care of those workers.
It's a concern School Board Chair Bettina Umstead is aware of.
I hope that people will stay and work for Durham Public Schools for our students, for our families. But I know people have to make the best decision for their family.
Under the option the board chose, the 1,875 classified employees are impacted differently. About 26% will make more than they did last October when the salary study was implemented. Almost 1,400 or 74% will make less than they have been since October. Now the district turns to next year's budget and a long-term solution. Interim Superintendent Caddy Moore says there are likely to be significant asks from the county.
The key to making the corrections that need to be made is sustainable long-term year-over-year funds that are in our operating budget every year.
DPS has also brought a comptroller on board to look at finances, bringing some optimism to employees like Hetland.
So I am hopeful with his involvement and with Caddy Moore on board and really helping to drive things, that there'll be some good prospects for what's going to happen next year's salaries.
In Durham, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
The Durham Association of Educators, that's a group that led many of the protests we've seen, put out a statement against last night's vote. They are calling for they're not calling, I should say, explicitly for more protests, but they are continuing to push for a seat at the table as they continue to negotiate.